Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam406. As you may remember, Krishna could look around and see the future and the past. Parashurama once filled up 5 lakes with the blood of the Kshatriyas. And as for Krishna, the entire field of Kurukshetra would be soaked with the blood of Kshatriyas, and on the red soil would be planted the seed of Dharma by him. Krishna sat silent for a long time, and his mind's eye saw all the events that were to happen, and it made him sad. Sthitaprajna that he was beyond the effects of the opposites, and yet even he was unhappy at the thought of the task ahead of him. Painful indeed it was to contemplate without emotion this celebration, and later the river of blood which was to flow here. He roused himself out of his reverie before anyone could notice him, but Balarama had been watching him all the while. He came near and said, "Come, Krishna, shake yourself out of this despondency into which you seem to have fallen. I can guess what you're thinking about, but it's not going to help this sadness. Whatever has to happen will happen. It is destined. The future you are dreading. It is unfortunate that you and I are able to look into the future. Ignorance would have been much more welcome than this power. Forget it, brother, and come with me. Look who's come to talk to us." Krishna smiled sadly and took his brother's hand, which had been held out to him, and stood up. In the near distance they saw Nandagopa. The brothers ran to him, and they fell at his feet, and those of Yashoda who stood by his side. They shed tears of joy when their parents embraced them. Devaki went near Yashoda and said, "My dear sister, I just bore these sons. They have been your sons, and they will always be only your sons. How can I forget the favor you did us by taking these sons of mine in your care? You guarded them like the eyelids guard the eyes. Though you knew that you were courting the displeasure of Kamsa, you did not hesitate even for a moment. How can I thank you?" Yashoda said, "You thank me? It is strange that you should talk like this. We are the ones to thank you. Not just me and my lord, but the entire Vrindavan. Can we ever forget the glorious years when I had these 2 boys all for myself? Can I forget the happiness which was all mine? The happiness of being known as Krishna's mother? It is the thoughts of those days which are keeping us alive, or else who can live after being parted from Balarama and Krishna?" 258, an echo from the past. Krishna looked beyond the shoulder of his mother. At some distance were assembled the gopis. Their eyes, which had been starved so long for a look at his face, were now feasting themselves. There was surprise in their eyes, since they saw that he was now a man, not the young Krishna whom they had known, the Krishna who used to tease them on the banks of the Yamuna, who was wont to hide their water pots and would give them back to them only after they had given him what he asked for, who had danced with them all through the night on the white sands of the river bank on that moonlit night, when all the world held its breath watching the rasa. The Krishna who had stolen their garments when they were bathing on that cold morning in the month of Margashirsha. Even now their faces would be suffused with red when they thought of the many things that had happened when Krishna was in Vrindavan. Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.